Good evening, everybody.
Evening.
Thank you all for coming. For all our family, friends, staff, and esteemed 8th graders, my name is Mark Kenny, and I'm so lucky to serve as your principal of Telstar Middle School. We want to welcome you to tonight's celebration event for this wonderful 8th grade class. I bet you're all reflecting right now on your 5th grade night, which was not so long ago. Following tonight, you'll start thinking about high school. That can be a scary thing for sure, but I hope you can trust in the fact that your time at TMS has helped you prepare and be successful no matter what challenges you face next year. We've had such an advantage in our school for it to be so different and small, to have personal celebrations like this one tonight. This is a special place, and I hope that in your time here, you've taken some risks, learned about yourself as an individual, and have had some goals for high school. I commend you for making the best of this spring, and hope you've been able to find some victories and discoveries along the way about yourself, your life, and what you have hidden potential from never before. Every one of you has talents and gifts, and sometimes the biggest challenge is finding a way to share them. Keep with the positives and learn from the mistakes. In the end, we all want you to be successful, and that will happen when you find a way to make yourself happy. In closing, I challenge each one of you to unplug this summer. Take a break from Zoom. I know that's going to be hard for you. To read a good book. Spend some time with family and friends. And get outdoors. Soak up every moment you can, because as we found out on March 16th, things can change very quickly. I wish you all nothing but the very best in your future. Congratulations on all of you accomplished so far. Next, I'd like to call Mrs. Jerome to come up to the podium for the Content Area Awards in English.
Hello, everybody. It's so great to see you all. Thank you for coming. Okay, so I'm Casey Jerome. I am the English teacher, and I have a little bit to talk about. I'll try to be quickish. So 8th grade English class focuses on many different skills. What we do is so much more than just reading. My students have all practiced skills in writing, both creatively and analytically. Not only this, but they have worked on truly engaging in discussion by really listening to others, asking meaningful questions, and giving as well as accepting feedback. 2 students that stand out this year in their ability to effectively and creatively, informatively and gracefully form and communicate their ideas, I have in mind here. My Insightful Reader Award goes to Nyla Scott. And my Insightful Reader Award also goes to Isaac Greenberg. They have taken the time to appreciate the craft of the author and draw insightful conclusions. They also do all of this with a rich vocabulary. Nice job, you two. My second award is for 2 writers who are not only linguistically gifted, but are willing to take the time to write polished pieces that are entertaining, fully developed, provide evidence and reasoning, and write with voice. The Skillful Writer Award belongs to 2 students who are gifted writers, Bernadette Lafort, you're back there, and Lincoln Pillsbury. The final award related to all things Englishy, that's a term I stole from Mrs. Lecce, goes to 2 students who have the power to be true leaders for change or facilitators of peace, due to their wonderful ability to tune into others. They soak everything in, reflect back on what they are hearing and seeing and understanding, and apply this knowledge to best relate to others on an individual basis. Mason Hamill and Sarah Chase. You have truly impressed me this year with your active listening skills, so good job, you two. My next award is the Growth and Determination Award. I have one, so this is the last category I'd like to award this year, and it's my Growth and Determination Award, sorry. When they entered my room at the start of the year, most of my students did not know what to expect. Might have been nervous, with higher expectations, asked lots of questions, and were a bit unsure if what they were doing was right. I'm very proud of how they've grown and what they've achieved as a group. 3 students, her eyes were wide and open, and their minds raced. They worked diligently to improve their skills every step of the way. She asked for help, she dug deep, she made good choices and blossomed in both her reading and writing. They learned how to slow down, use feedback, and found drive that came from within, focusing on specific details to attain goals. I'm so proud of all they've accomplished this year for overall impressive growth and determination. I'm pleased to recognize Sierra Abbott, wherever you are, Azraya Onesto, and right in front of me, Kai Perks. All right, and my last award, I keep saying my last award, but this really is my last award. This is the Golden Brick, the Golden Brick winners. You have to work really hard for this. Everybody worked really hard, but in order to win a Golden Brick, it's big. So every year, 8th graders work on not only developing their vocabulary by learning new words, but also learning how to learn new words through investigation. Mia, actually, you won last year, wherever you are, Mia. Yes, congratulations, Mia Johansson. She probably has it, and it's so important to her. But this year, I'm very pleased to recognize 4 individuals who had their eye on the prize from day one and worked diligently throughout the year to achieve it. Many others worked alongside them and accomplished great things as well, but there are 4 new names added to the Golden Brick in my room, indicating not only meeting the standard, but most times exceeding. A huge congratulations goes to May Hoff, Quinn Jerome, Karen Marshall, and Zoe Jacquet. Thank you so much, and now Mrs. Kimball in history. One more award I wanted to recognize, I don't know if he knows. Matt Bean, do you know that you won the Andover Book Award back there? Do you know that? You did. So you'll be hearing more about that. Congratulations. Get home and keep reading.
All right, so I will start. My name is Karen Kimball. I do history, and I will start by doing my growth and determination in history. The following students showed major growth throughout the school year. They worked hard, asked questions, and put in the effort needed to be successful. The growth and determination in history awards go to Azaria El-Seed, John Howe, and Kimball Coolidge. And excellence in history. The following students achieved a 3.8 in history this school year. They all put in the time and effort to study for assessments, present projects to the class, and complete assignments to the best of their ability. The excellence in history awards go to Sarah Chase, Mason Hamill, Quinn Jerome, Charlotte Lambert, Jace Meese, and Morgan Zetz. And now I'll introduce Mr. Booth with the map awards.
Hi everybody, I'm Heath Booth for math. I have 5 awards, and it does kind of end up breaking down to a before and after situation. So we'll start out with the dedicated learner. Now this is someone who tries their hardest at all times, might struggle with the details, but has the best attitude, really gives it their effort for everything that they're doing. And that goes to Scarlett Quick. Let's see here. I have an award called, just by the way, we have all these bags and the awards are all separately. Normally you guys come up and collect things as we do this, but we'll be giving it all to you in the end in a bag, so just to let you know. The next award is Show Me the Math. As you can imagine, it is difficult to get 8th grade students to write out the work to a math problem. This year I had a group of girls in my algebra class at the back table that exceeded every expectation around that, and that's Mackenzie, Morgan, and Quinn. Keep it up, you're going places. Let's see here. So, another award I have is, it's a very hard idea to learn something and then immediately turn to someone next to you and start to teach it to them and help them through it. It means you really truly understand it at a much deeper level than you maybe should at the first, and it's great. So I had another situation where I have this great tutor, and that's going to Sarah Chase. So as you can tell, a lot of these were sort of the in the classroom. But I do have some specifics to the last few months that we've done. I have the Independent Study Award. I have several students that were capable of hitting the ground running and working pretty much without me. So that award goes to Karen Marshall and Sophie Nichols. Now, my final award is what I call Distance Done. Maybe while you're in the classroom it wasn't quite right. Maybe somebody leaning on you at home helped you get it done, and you were a better student as a distance learner, or you were growing further and you continued growing. My Distance Done, John Howe and Ezraiah. Let's see here. Looks like I'm introducing you to Mr. Hedden for the Science Awards. Thank you.
Hello, everybody!
Turn it off after you put the bag on, maybe.
Is it on now?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah! Okay, this will only be about 45 minutes. Just kidding. Okay, I have 3 awards to give. The first award is I call it my Supertude. Sometimes in science class, you know, you got students that just come in and they always are curious and positive about what's happening next. They just did it all year long. They were always positive. The Supertude Award goes to Quinn Jerome and David Tripp. Struggling with my paper here. Okay, then I have another award that I called the Outstanding Building. In our science class, we do a lot of production of what we are going to use to experiment with. Whether it was 3D printing or building by hand or gluing stuff or cutting, but we had 2 outstanding builders this year. These 2 young men could take their creativity, think of it, and then build it to the physical, like a true engineer. And those 2 students are Miles James and Caden Peso. Engineers in the making. Okay, and then lastly, I have Science Excellence. I have 2 students that they were always ready to think a little bit deeper, because as we all know in science, particularly right now, when we think we know the answer, we don't, or we learn something new, and we adjust what we thought we knew. We stand on the shoulders of giants so that we can know what they knew and see further down the road. These two students could always go deeper. They could grapple with very difficult concepts, and they could keep the details straight. Those two students are Nyla Scott and Karen Marshall. And now I will introduce the esteemed Stephanie Mastriani.
Keep the bag. Like always now, right?
Did you turn this off? Good evening, everyone. I've missed you. Oh, I can okay. It's so good to see everybody, sort of. So I'm here to give the 8th grade Guidance Recognition Award. Unfortunately, we didn't have third trimester guidance, so unfortunately, those students couldn't be considered. The 8th grade guidance recognition is awarded to students who understand the importance of developing themselves as a whole in their educational, social, emotional, personal, and future life. They can look deeper at the meaning of life concepts and participate in discussions to explore them without judgment. They are respectful to their teachers and peers. They're willing to learn from and own their mistakes. They are both helpful and kind, and serve as current and future ambassadors and leaders in high school. This year's guidance recipients are Gavin Martin and Bernadette Lafort. And now I'm introducing Miss Russell.
Well, you may have noticed that one of our UA teachers is missing. And so I'm representing Mrs. Prescott. For those of you who have her, you may know why she's not here, so I'm sure she'd appreciate an email from you with some good wishes. So, since she wasn't able to be here, I'm pleased to announce the 8th grade Visual Arts Award for the 2019-2020 school year. The Excellence in Visual Art Award recognizes students who consistently exceed standards of craftsmanship, creativity, persistence, and positive interpersonal skills. And there's a number of them. This year's award recipients are Azaria El-Seed, Isabella Bennett, Alice Chen, Madison Gingras, Cadence Hatch, John Howe, May Hoff, Bernadette Laforte, Sophie Nichols, Rebecca Palmer, Kara Rose Espinoza, Nyla Scott, Lindsay Stevenson, David Tripp, and Malachi Wadsworth. Congratulations to all the award recipients. Mrs. Prescott would like to thank all TMS 8th grade students for your efforts in your art classes this year. You are amazing. Okay. Okay, so I teach 3 different classes: fitness, physical education, and health. Okay, holiday, so some of those folks I did not get the chance to see this trimester. So, except for one person, you won't be included in those, unfortunately. My first award is a fitness award for outstanding effort and results in the health-related components of fitnessgram assessments. And that goes to Caden Peso and Stella Diaz. I have two health awards. One is for determination. Her determination to demonstrate excellence in health skills and knowledge was amazing this year, and that is Alice Chen. My second health award was kind of last minute. It's for distance learning, and this young lady blew me away time after time. And when I did her scored her summative assessment last week, I just had to add this on. So for her dedication and thoroughness in completing online assessments that exceeded expectations every time, I'm pleased to give this award to Charlotte Lambert. My physical education first award is for attitude, and one of these folks got a 2 award earlier. And this is for their ability to enjoy themselves, be fully engaged, and work well with all your peers, no matter what the activity. And those two folks are Quinn Jerome and Kimball Coolidge. Okay, my skills award, which is based around coordination and agility and balance and those types of skills. These folks excel in multiple fitness skills and knowledge. And they are Mackenzie Elliott and Keenan Sparks. And my last award is for leadership. There's so many qualities that these two folks have that made my classes easier, and I think also made it easier for their team, their peers. And it's for the ability to effectively organize and lead your peers with confidence and, most importantly, mutual respect. So Gavin Martin and Morgan Zetz, congratulations. Thank you, folks. I'll miss you. I do want to make one more comment. I've mentioned to you folks that some years we have a really strong male athletic class, some years a really strong female athletic class. This year, across the board, and I think that those, even people that didn't play sports, in my physical education class, did an amazing job. So, thank you very much. I'm pleased to announce or introduce our music teacher, Dr. McFarland.
All right. I have 3 awards to give this year. We didn't end up having our spring concert, which was kind of hard for us to do. We did a lot of work in the first trimester, had that concert, did a lot of work in the second trimester, and then the third trimester happened. So despite all of that, there's still some growth and some excellence that I'd like to shine a light on. The awards that I give are for chorus and band kind of together, because it's about being a good musician all around, whether that's because you play an instrument, because you sing. It's about being a good musician. So my first one is for exceptional growth in music. This student joined band in 8th grade, then chose an instrument that was hard to learn, of which we only owned one physical version of, and that one physical instrument didn't really play that well. And despite all of those things working against them, they still managed to play and play really well and learn super fast. That student is Mackenzie Elliott. Then I have 2 Excellence in Music awards. This was kind of a first for a couple of reasons. For the 2 people that are getting this award, at least under my time being here. The first one was the first time I've sent somebody to District 2 and they managed to get the best score in their section. They got first chair, which in this context means that they get the highest score in their audition. And beyond that, whatever I put in front of the student, they can play. They are amazing during band class. They have a great positive attitude, willing to help other people. That person is Nyla Scott on the flutes. And the second Excellence in Music Award goes to somebody who did another first for me, anyway. They managed to get both into the instrumental and chorus, District 2. I've never seen that before. You have to be really good to get into District 2, so usually put all your efforts onto one side of it, but not both. But they still managed to do both, which was quite an impressive feat. And again, whatever I do, whatever I try to get to challenge them, they eat it up and they can do it right away. That second student is Lindsay Stevenson. Speaking of Lindsay Stevenson, she's going to share a song with you and kind of demonstrate her amazing abilities in singing. She'll be singing The Climb.
See it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaking, but I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. Always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be another battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. I'm facing, I'm taking. Sometimes I'm talking about no, I'm not waiting. I know it, but these are the moments that I'm gonna remember. Just gotta keep going, and I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. Always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be another battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Yeah. So it's gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. And it's the climb. Keep on moving, keep climbing, keep the faith, baby. It's all about
check her out on Spotify and iTunes. Her name's Lindsay Ann.
Thank you, Lindsay. That was awesome. All right, so one of the best parts about TMS is our amazing PTA. We are so fortunate to have such a combination with these wonderful parents to help in so many ways to make our school the special place that it is. And every year, unfortunately, we have some 8th grade parents who have to graduate with their kids and move on. So we want to make sure we say thank you to them. And knowing that some of you have other kids still coming, we're going to hold on to you a little longer. But these 3 are leaving us and heading on to high school. So we have a flower arrangement for each of you as a thank you from us to you for all of your efforts and help with the PTA. And those 3 parents are Haley Tripp, Amy Lilly, and the outgoing PTA secretary, Tanya Elliott. Thank you all for everything you do.
Yeah, I think we'll just have to put them in the rafters.
All right. I am pleased to be able to give this year's Principal Award to an individual who is dedicated, ambitious, talented, and anything but shy. They came into 6th grade as a spunky and energetic student with a plan to get involved and make their middle school years the best they could be. Being a leader in our student leadership group, a leader on any one of the 3 sports teams they play on, and working with younger students to share their talents and skills all play a part in who this student is. They have shown that they have what it takes to truly lead others. She has grown into an extremely confident and capable young woman and does not always need to do things in the spotlight to have an impact. My favorite story, and it was hard to narrow it down to just one, but it comes from this year when she took the effort to write a letter to an opponent who was injured during a sporting event. She wanted to check in on this player and extend her sympathies for the injury and what it would mean to her opponent's season. All done on her own, no fanfare about it, but showing maturity, class, and true character. That opponent's mother reached out to the school and her coach to say how touched her daughter was, and they were blown away that a middle school student would reach out and do that for another. It's times like these that make us all so proud. As I said, there are many examples, but because of these and so much more, this student is so deserving of this recognition. I am pleased to award this year's Principal Award from Telstar Middle School to Morgan Zetz. Thank you, Morgan, for all you've done for TMS in your 3 years, and I look forward to continuing to watch you grow and have an impact in high school. Next, Mrs. Lecce will come up and present the Dean's Award.
That's really fine. I can lower it. I'm gonna need to lower it. I always go after Mr. Kenny. I have to lower it. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. Whoop, let me get my notes here. So making mistakes, well, it's a part of life. Those of us who teach in the middle, well, we accept it as absolute truth. Guaranteed it's going to happen in middle school. But here at TMS, we not only accept that fact, but we hold our students to a high standard of processing and learning from those mistakes. As the Dean of Students, I enjoyed the gift of coaching kids throughout their middle school career. And so I get to see their growth from the beginning of 6th grade
to the end of 8th grade. This year's Dean's Award recipient is someone that I have coached through a variety of learning opportunities. She has earned this award because while I may have done the coaching, she did the work. She's displayed the ability to listen and seeks to understand the perspectives and feelings of others. Most importantly, she has chosen to make different decisions for the good based on her past experiences. On paper, that sounds easy, but we all know that in practice, these skills are much more difficult. So when the dust settles and the time is safe to do so, I will be on my tippy toes, giving her a giant hug of pride and gratitude. But for now, I ask that you give a hearty round of applause and honks as we congratulate Karen Marshall. Oh, I took my bag off. We're back. Oh, yeah.
All right, it is my pleasure to now present the Presidential Academic Achievement Awards for the 8th grade class. This 8th grade class did a great job in excelling this year. The first set of awards is for academic achievement, where students had to end their 8th grade year with a cumulative GPA of a 3.1 to a 3.4 average. Those students are Isabella Bennett, Sarah Chase, Alice Chen, Kimball Coolidge, Lily Crockett, Stella Diaz, Mackenzie Elliott, Madison Gingras, Isaac Greenberg, Mason Hamill, Caden Tatch, Miles James, Bernadette Laporte, Wyatt Lilly, Karen Marshall, Jay Smeese, Sophie Nichols, Rebecca Palmer, Lincoln Pillsbury, Oliver Sapak, Keenan Sparks, Lindsay Stevenson, David Tripp, and Morgan Zetz. Congratulations to all of you. We have 4 young ladies who are receiving Academic Excellence Awards for cumulative GPAs of 3.5 or higher in their 8th grade year. May Hoff, Quinn Jerome, Charlotte Lambert, and Nyla Scott. Congratulations. Shift papers. No, it's still me. Now I'm pleased to be able to present the Secretary of State Citizenship Award. In her 3 years at Telstar Middle School, the Secretary of State Award recipient has served and represented our school in many different ways. She's a 3-season athlete who is known for her focus and determination to succeed. Her coaches appreciate her competitive spirit, drive, and willingness to guide others. On top of being physically active, she has served on student leadership and plans to continue supporting her class as a leader in high school. She helps whenever needed and even took the initiative to make Valentines for every student in the middle school. Her teachers have enjoyed having her in class because she cares deeply about learning and uses feedback to improve her skills. She also participates using higher level thinking and strives to do her very best. In every endeavor she attempts, She fully commits to seeing it through and sets a fine example for others to follow. This year, the Telstar Middle School Secretary of State Award goes to Nyla Scott. And now Mrs. Lecce will return.
I have the honor and privilege to read off the award that is given on behalf of the Munt Allen Post 81 for the American Legion. The American Legion School Award is in recognition of the possession of the high qualities of courage, honor, leadership, patriotism, scholarship, and service, which are necessary to the preservation and protection of the fundamental institutions of our government and the advancement of society. We have two students who are receiving this award this year, Wyatt Lilly and Kira Rose Espinoza. Congratulations and well done. And next we have Mrs. Kimball for the top academic students.
So I am presenting the top academic award. Often when reviewing grades for final averages, there are several in contention, sometimes by only 1/10 of a percentage. This year, not only did we have a close race all the way to the finish, which is a great problem to have, but these students were exceeding standards for all the right reasons. They are curious, love a challenge, and seek deeper understanding no matter the topic. Both of our top academic students are fine students who dedicate a great deal of time and effort to their learning. They also have a reputation among their peers as being gracious tutors whenever anyone needs help. Not only this, but their talents and dedication have reached beyond the 4 subjects typically associated with an academic award. Congratulations and thank you for your hard work, Nyla Scott and Quinn Jerome. And now we'll do the RAP awards. I will reintroduce Mrs. Jerome.
All right, I'm going to give the Respect Award. Respect is the due regard one pays to others' feelings, wishes, rights, or traditions. It includes polite greetings, acting in a way that shows consideration for others, and in return, earns admiration. 8th grade team has chosen 2 students who emulate this definition of respect. Please and thank you are automatic responses. Listening is another one of their strengths. When they listen, they really give their peers and teachers their full attention and show that they care about what's happening. These 2 individuals handle frustration and even chaos with grace and composure. They both have positive attitudes that spill into their academic, social circles, and serve them well as they set a fine example in our school. This year's 8th grade Respect Awards go to Stella Diaz and Keenan Sparks.
She forgot my name. Just kidding. I was thinking about beatboxing for no. I'm here for the acceptance award. Acceptance is an act, or is the act of tolerating differences, being willing to handle difficult situations, and to take on challenges. This year, the 8th grade team has selected 2 individuals for their consistent demonstration of acceptance. As their teachers, we rely on and appreciate their willingness and ability to work with anyone. They also are known within their peer groups for being fair and kind to all, oftentimes going above and beyond with their thoughtfulness. She makes sure that certain individuals feel appreciated and accepted in our community while she saunters down the hallways. He is comfortable in his own skin and makes others feel that way too. He doesn't judge his peers. He simply accepts them for who they are, and he's also super fun to be around. We are happy to present the 8th grade acceptance awards to Holden Monzo and Azaria Alside. I will introduce Mr. Booth because I remembered his name. Okay.
So the last award we have in our rap trio is Perseverance. Perseverance is the steady persistence in a course of action or purpose, especially in spite of obstacles, difficulties, or discouragement. These 2 8th grade students have exemplified this quality throughout the school year and their middle school careers. Even when times get tough, the learning gets challenging, or life interrupts, these 2 students personify what it means to put your best effort forward and keep moving forward. While they may have struggled at times, neither has made any excuses. Instead, they have dug deep and focused on demonstrating all they are capable of. Each of these students has much to hold their head high about. For this year, the 8th grade Perseverance Awards go to Ezraiah, Ernesto, and Mayhaw. I think that's Mr. Kelly.
All right, we're almost there. As we are wrapping up, your rap teachers are bringing Ziploc baggies with all of your goodies and awards and certificates and little notes, trinkets from the year, class photos. So you have special thank yous from them. So please stay at your vehicles and get those. And as soon as we are done with that, if you are participating in the parade, we are going to have you line up and follow the bus through the parade route. Fire trucks will lead the way. We're going to start with the back corner. So the Coolidges in the back corner and the marshals will start the parade out. You'll be the first ones behind the bus. And then Mr. Hedden's class will be next. Then Mrs. Jerome and then Mr. Booth will go in order. And just follow out through the end driveway and down through town behind the bus and the fire trucks, please. As soon as the teachers are back, we've handed out all the Ziploc baggies. But while they're doing that, and you're waiting so patiently and not melting in the sun, just one more time, a big round of applause and honk your horns for the 8th grade class for an amazing year. And I hope you have a great summer.
I was still thinking about that. Maybe I started the camera too early. Here we go.
school fast. Yeah.
Do you happen to know if they're coming back and speaking anymore?
No, we're done.
You're done. Cool. Awesome.